Hi, welcome back to Forwards in Southampton. We've got another bike tour to show you today. This is a brand new build. We completed it yesterday. It's a Forwards 1. It's build number 51. And there's a couple of firsts on it, which I'll go through as we do the video. I'll just do some panning shots to start with so we can have a look at it. Really happy with this one. It's for a local rider. The rider rides for the Satonia Cycling Club, and the colours are sort of inspired by the club and also his previous bike, which was an Argon 18. So there's a couple of details on it which I'll show you that he wanted to show on this bike, or a nod to his older bike. So let's show you the frame first of all, which is a good place to start. I'll muddle my way through the video as always, but we'll look at the frame to start with. So it's a size 47, it's a small, and as I said before, it's build number 51. It's finished in a two-tone, so the top colour here is a Pantone colour, and this is called Warm Red, which is the colour that Satonia use. And we've gone with satin black on the bottom, which is a nod to his existing bike. And then what we've got is a sort of line going from the top of the head tube across to the back of the seat tube there, and then we've run that parallel with the bottom of the fork as well. And then the details, if we can see here, so the distance from the red to the top of the head tube there is the same as the distance at the front of the fork down the bottom there. So we've done that sort of detail there as well. And then it's got black just at the bottom of the head tube, and then goes down into the fork in the black, and then we've got the Pantone at the bottom there. Graphics obviously are white, that's fairly clear to see. So we've got the Forwards graphics on the side there, 30mm tall as always, and then we've got the Forwards 10mm at the front there, and then we've gone to a point at the front for the line, and then the line comes round into what would have been a Di2 junction box for the older group set. But this is using a 12-speed, which doesn't have that group set. And then it goes straight across and finishes around the back. And then we've got it 5mm below the top of the tube here as well. So if we lift that cap up there, there's sort of 5mm under there. And then we've got the little black finishing cap. We've got the white Union Jack on the back, and then the one logo on the top there in white. And then we've got the 51 just on the inside of the chainstay as always, just down the bottom there. And it's finished in satin, so the whole frame's finished in satin. I wanted a bit of extra protection on this one. Oops, sorry, I'm zooming in there. So we've gone with a dual coat clear lacquer in the satin. So paint job is by Stuart as always at UI Customs. And he's done a fantastic job with it. I will probably cut in on the video just a quick picture of the mock-up I did, which I designed with the customer and then sent to Stuart. And as I said, it's finished in a 47. So let's get to the finishing kit, and then we'll highlight any different bits and pieces on this build. So finished as always with the Pro finishing kit, and this customer's gone all out, so we've gone full carbon. So we've got the carbon aero handlebars. That's in a 40mm wide bar, and that's the aero carbon. And then we've got the aero carbon stem, and we finished that with the 10mm chimney on the top with the little JRC trees top cap. And we've got a 5mm spacer just underneath the stem there. And that leads us in just to show you how we've done the routing on this. So the routing on this is integrated, sort of semi-integrated, whichever way you want to call it. This is how Specialized are doing the SL8s. We've done a few of those builds, and they're going down in through the top. So this is the same as I've just done for the update on my Gravel X race bike, my gravel bike. I've just gone with this headset. So this is an option now for all customers. If they do want to go integrated on the X or the One, we can use this method. And this is using the Deda DCR or the SDCR headset. So it's the external routed which is how that works, which is quite nice. So the hoses are just underneath there. If I can zoom in or just show you, so they're nicely set up there, and I've got the same sort of arches on both sides, and then I've matched it so that it sort of tucks in just behind the bracket there as well. And then that's a good view there of showing you the integrated mounts that we supply for these stems. This was a real difficult one to find. There's no one really making these, so we found a supplier and we now do the kits for these. So this is the integrated front mount, and then we do an additional stainless steel fitting kit which goes with it. So it just comes with some better quality bolts and hardware and stuff. And we do the kit with both Garmin and Wahoo mounts. This one's set up for the customer with Wahoo. Bar tape, we like to talk about the bar tape. So this is the BHT14, the freebie bar tape, finished in a figure of 8 around the levers. We'll talk about the group set in a second. And then we've just done a fade here into the bar, which you know we like doing now, just to seal off the end of that bar and stop it unwrapping. And the distance between the inside of the stem we measured there to there, that's 108 millimeters. And stem, by the way, is 100 mil. Sorry, I should have said that. And that's a plus minus 10 degree, and we've got it sort of facing down. The customer will have the option, if he wants to go flush on the stem, you can go flush with these. We'll just let him ride it for a few times, see if he wants to trim that little chimney down. I don't particularly mind the chimneys, as you know. I prefer the security of that carbon stem going all the way through, but if he did want us to put that on, that's going to be included in the box for him as well. So group set on this one, we've got the Ultegra 12-speed Di2 group set. So we've got the STI levers up the top there, normal mapping on those with the internal buttons, or the extra B buttons on the top here. Those are for the 2 channels on the computer, which will pair his computer, and that will flick his pages on that. Front mech, obviously Ultegra, chain set Ultegra, and then this is a 5236 with a 165mm crank arm. Chain is Ultegra, and that's in the standard stock factory grease. Rear cassette, we've got the 12-speed rear cassette 1134 to give them a bit more flexibility on ratios, and then we've got the Di2 rear mech there as well. And this one's mounted with the little plastic guide on the back there, so if people are looking out for our O-ring, we've got the plastic guide there instead on this one. So that's group set. So we'll show you around the back, show you the brakes. So we've got the XTR brakes with 140 on the rear for the rotor, shall I say, and then we've got the 160mm rotor on the front, and then we've got the Ultegra calipers there as well. Just get it to focus, and then the rear one there as well. So Ultegra rear caliper there as well. This has got the flush mount through axles. Just spotted that as I was going past, so just thought I'd show you those. So the flush mount axles there. And then we've got the Praxis Works bottom bracket in there, which you know we like. So that's the opposite 2437 Enduro bearings. Stock, it's got the ABEC 3 bearing in there, but it does give the option, should I say, for the customer to upgrade that later on. So we can go to the ABEC 5 angular contact, or some XD15s if we wanted to go full ceramic or something like that, which is a nice option for him. And then the shell on this is obviously a 68mm BSA threaded bottom bracket. Crank arm we're showing you there as well. So we've got just some finishing kit there just to show you as I'm seeing it. So this is the custom bottle cages, and those are the Race Plus, should I say, Custom Race Plus, and then they are in the Stealth Black. And we finished all of the hardware on this in the black stainless steel, which is an option from us now. So we've got the lock-in washer underneath the head there, with a larger 12mm washer underneath, and then that just stops it pulling through the bottles if it gets over tightened, just under there. And then we also put, if you can see just under there, we mount away with an additional washer underneath there, and that just protects the frame and then gives us a better connection on the bolt there. So we just do that on that one. So that's that. Saddle wise, it's got the Stealth on it at the moment. The customer does use Talia saddles, but we're going to try them on a Stealth, see how he gets on. This is the standard fitment for us. This is the appropriate size for him. And then that's our standard seat post as well. So that's the 180 gram seat post on there. So wheel wise, we've gone with the Hunt Carbon 44 Aerodynamicis road wheels. And we've also used the Muc-Off stems and valves. And the tyres are wrapped in the Continental Grand Prix 5000s, obviously the TR tubeless ones, and we've gone for a staggered size, so it's the 730 on the front, and then the rear, with this being a plus frame, which just means it will take a larger tyre size, is a 32mm. So you've got loads of clearance there for a 32, as you can see. The green one we did earlier in the year, that had a pair of 32s on as well. So this one's just a slightly different one with a staggered one. Sealant wise, I put 100mm of sealant in each wheel, and that is the Orange Seal. We keep trying different sealants just to test them out, but we always go back to Orange Seal, so we're particularly happy with that. So that's what we're using on there. And is that everything? I've covered it all. I think that's probably everything. So as I said, a couple of firsts on it. Hope you like it. I think it looks is awesome. I'm obviously a bit biased. But there we go. So first two-tone paint job from us. Obviously paint jobs, you can literally go with anything you want. It's just down to how much it costs. The standard builds include the single tone paint, but if you do want to get a bit more elaborate and come to us with any ideas or some funkier designs, we can do that. So as I said, this customer is a Satonia rider, and this is a nod to his club. So that's kind of what he's gone for. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I should give it one more polish and get it ready for collection in about an hour's time. See you on the next video. Thanks, bye. Just before we close out the video, it's worth seeing what the weight is. So there you go, 7.93 kilos as it is. This hasn't got pedals on it. It has obviously got bottle cages and computer mount, but it's just worth noting that. Pedal wise, he's going to go with Speedplay if anyone's interested. So he's got his own pedals, which we're going to fit in a second. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.